Hey, Soul Family. It's been real busy at my house, so I haven't been around for a bit to do a reading. Orange, turquoise, and blue. My colors for the day. All right. Sacral chakra orange, blue communication, turquoise, high heart, high heart. So that's the chakra points, right? Items to choose from for you guys. This little kitty angel, or this little angel holding on to a kitty. How about that? I've been up since 3 o'clock last night, so I know I continue to say I need sleep, but I don't know. I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard Fader, which is fairy, fate, fairy, fate, prophecy, and I'm Celtic, so Welsh, so that was interesting to me. I also heard feline and dog angelic rescue. That's me. That's me, right? Fader. Maybe that's what they're showing me. In any case, items to choose from. The Aries Ram, carved wood. It's probably rosewood. Might be teak, but I heard rosewood. That little angel fairy with the cat. And then I gave you this one before, so let's choose a different one. The African carved God box. There's an intention that I wrote in here. It's in here. There's also feathers in here. What else is in here? There's a couple intentions in here. I'll have to read these again. I'm sure they haven't changed. Wow. So there's hematite in here, a raven feather, a dove feather, 2 dove feathers, and I won't tell you what my personal intentions are, but forgiveness is an act of consciousness is one of the items in here. And then this life is a gift. Let me just see what my intentions are. I don't think I can share them with you. Oh, this was a letter. This was something that I wrote down. This is my intention. This is amazing. And this is definitely holding fast to that intention. And this was my mother's. This is what's so important about this. This is interesting. Spirit said, inside a box, you're going to have a memento and it's going to hold energy. This is my mother's writing. She had the most beautiful writing. I have chicken scratch. It says, my supply comes from my awareness of the universal presence of love and intelligence that is available to everyone. Fran Bergman. Hey, Mamas, you want to go outside? Okay, there you go. There you go. You could do it. That's my Finn. Okay, so this is pretty special. I choose that, clearly, because of this. I'm working with this. The hematite is magnetic and like a magnetically drawing towards me. It's also protection. So correct neutrality on all levels. Someone's feeling like they're a bit of an empty shell because they let someone go that they love very much. Correct neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Ram, this has been a learning experience for you. This is a situation. The angel comes forward, your guardian angel comes forward holding on to a dove, which is interesting because dove was already in our reading, right? When I spoke about inside the God box. So the dove, she's holding on to it gently. So maybe you have to be gentle with yourself because you've been going through a learning experience, or maybe gentleness needs to be applied to the situation. It's definitely talking about whatever the situation that you are involved in, or that you're talking about, or that you're possibly going into, is definitely about learning really important life lessons. So instead of looking at like that it's a problem, understand this is something that's going to help me grow. This is going to help me to learn something. This is something that's going to show the qualities that I'm made of, right? And the qualities here would be strength, patience, forgiveness, perseverance. So this dove is glowing and ready to fly, and her wings are ready to fly as well. So it talks about an opportunity to move into something and shine more brightly. If there's anything familiar about the situation that you're going through, is there something that I don't need to learn this lesson again. I've done this again and again. How many times do I need to learn this? Because once you get the lesson, you don't need to go through the situation again. You don't need to have whatever you might consider a challenge. It's a pattern, right? Once we figure out what our pattern is, we've learned the necessary lesson. And so then we can move forward from that. And then there will be something else. So Spirit always shows us things in a positive light, never a negative. Look at the light right here, right? It's like a glowing orb. It's right over my shoulder. Spirit's got your back, right? They're glowing right behind you. They're lighting the way up for you. So whatever unwanted patterns here that need to be healed, Spirit will point them out to you. So ask them. Ask Spirit for help with whatever these issues are. This looks like my friend Danielle that just married my friend Brandon. Very much looks like her. Beautiful. She's a dancer. So to me, dancing in harmony with Spirit is the lesson here, right? In harmony with your own loving thoughts and feelings and actions. Moving in harmony. That's the best word in the world for me. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the angel with the kitty, correct for neutrality. This is the Saints and Angels by Doreen Virtue. I like this deck a lot. Steady progress. Every time I see this, I think of man's hands. You know the Seinfeld episode with man's hands? This is a woman. I see these man's hands. They look bigger to me. They're holding on to roses, so she's gentle. They're holding on to pink roses and orange roses. So self-love, love for others, and she's got a creative ability. She's also got a white, what are you? It looks like a trumpet flower, like a canna lily or a calla lily. It's white. But her hands, they're capable hands. These hands are capable of doing what needs to be done. And maybe you are not seeing the progress that you had hoped to see. Maybe you're not aware. Or maybe you're being a little too hard on yourself about the progress that you're making. But Spirit says you're making progress, and it's steady progress, right? So appreciate yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've worked hard, so give yourself some love, right? Keep your thoughts away from anything that you think you might have done not to the highest of your ability, or that you'd slacked on. Or this looks like my girlfriend Serenity. She's the High Priestess of the Order of the Rose, so that's very interesting. These are roses. Makes me think of her. So also, this is Saint Teresa of Lisieux, which means little flower, which is very interesting. This is a message to me. My daughter's name is Lacey, and my mother-in-law's name was Teresa. So it shows me the qualities of both these women. One woman, they're both hardworking women. One comes from a different culture and is an amazing cook and a gardener, an amazing gardener. The other one had a really rough life and was a single mother, and she's an amazing mother, and she's keeps a beautiful home. Both of these women are very capable women, strong women, both strong, capable women. That's what I see, and that's what this represents. So it doesn't have to be a woman. It can be a man with nurturing, loving qualities. But your message is, don't be so hard on yourself. You don't seek perfection, right? This is steady progress. That's it. We're always a work in progress, right, babe? So there's your message in that. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the God box, and that would be me. I mean, I take a message from all of these, but and those who chose the God box, well, go outside, don't knock it down. He knows how to come in the screen, but he doesn't know how to go out the screen without knocking it down. Right, for neutrality. You're learning, though. Good job, my middle boy. Whoops, one flipped out, but it flipped back in, so I'm just going to look at it. Okay, it's called believe, but it didn't come all the way out. So whatever you believe is what you create. Whoa, a sign from above. So whatever you believe. So if you believe that it will be a problem, it will be a problem. I heard in my dream last night, not only Fader, but I also heard I wasn't even asleep. I think I was kind of drowsing. I haven't slept since 3. So it was probably around 5:30 this morning. And I heard the electricity went off, the power went off for one thing. And then I heard, Spirit wants you to know this situation is safe and you can trust it. I heard that. And I'm like, I love when I hear messages. That's my favorite way of Spirit communicating. I mean, I love the animals. I do. I love the animal messengers. I'm a shaman. But when they talk to me like that, I love to hear Spirit's words. That gives me very strong confirmation. So show me what it is that is safe. And so this is a sign. This is what I asked for. Basically, Spirit says we're sending you answers in the form of signs. And also blessings are coming forward. Their messages are the signs that you hear. Here's another pink rose. So the King of Cups or the Emperor comes forward to the Empress, and he doesn't give her red roses. He doesn't give her white roses. Red roses are passion, white roses are purity. He brings her pink roses, which is deep, unconditional love, a mixture of passion and purity, which I like. Yellow roses are friendship. So she's holding up a pink rose that's being delivered to her. It's literally dropping into her hands, which means also this is being brought to you. You don't have to reach for it. All you have to do is reach up and accept it. Pay extra attention to signs right now. Spirit says we're giving you messages. So Fader, I'm thinking about an Australian shepherd. He's got blue eyes, and I've been thinking about him a lot. He was supposed to be a dog that I was supposed to foster before I took in Bo. And Spirit took him out of my hands, and all of a sudden they've called me back and they said, he's available. Do you want to come see him? And I'm like, I'm trying to make a decision here. My cats are happy right now, right? It's peaceful here. That dog needs training. It's kind of running wild. So I'm asking for signs. And so I went to go to work, and the first message I got was, move, get up and move. So I took Bea around the block, and when we got to the bottom of the block was a couple, a man and a woman walking with an Australian shepherd, and he was so well behaved. He wasn't on leash. He stood right next to the couple, and Bea looked at him, and Bea wanted to say hi, and he looked over, he wanted to say hi. And the man said, keep going, and he was so well behaved. Smart dogs. I love those dogs. So that was a sign, but maybe you want a well-behaved dog. Maybe you don't want a dog that you have to train. I don't know what the sign is at this time. So if you keep getting repetitive messages, pay attention to them. They're not coming there for no reason. Unusual occurrences, like I open up my Facebook and there's an Australian shepherd, okay, or I open up whatever. The fact that Spirit says the situation is safe and you can trust it. Show me what that situation is. If you see a cluster of butterflies fly by, my girlfriend Serenity was told you'll see butterflies. And we went to this property she was looking at, and there were butterflies flying all around us. White butterflies flying all around us. So if there's a certain song right now, even though we're going through it, don't you know, I would die for you. So if you keep hearing songs with special significance, pay attention to that. It could be a loved one song. It could be a specific message. It could be a special flower. My mother's flowers were tiger lilies, and her plant was the rosemary plant. And I just went to, I'm getting a message. I stopped at a house at the end of the block right after I saw the Australian shepherd, and they're working on this house. It was a tear down, and they have poured everything into it, and they've restructured it and rebuilt it. And the woman, it was that man that took me through it. It was the girl's dad, the girl who bought it, and he lived behind the house, and she and her mother, after they divorced, lived in the house in the front. And she bought it because it was where she was as a little girl. And he says, it feels like a money pit. And I said, you will never lose money in Sedona. It will always be a popular place. This is not a place you will lose money. So even though right now it may feel like a money pit and feel like you're putting a lot into it, you will never lose. I'm getting a message in that, right? So even if you feel like you're putting a lot into this, what you're going to get out of it is going to be, it's never going to run out. It's going to continually give back. So when I was walking through it, there were so many new features that I saw. And the last thing I said, I love the cupboards. They're so beautiful. And it was a really beautiful shade of green, like a sagey kind of soft green. And he said, rosemary. And I said, oh, there's my mom. And it was a message to me also about, I saw another house that people were putting new windows in, and they were putting all new plants coming in. And I said, wouldn't that be fun to get a house that had such special meaning and you be able to put your touch in it and make it yours, right? And a place like Sedona, you will never lose your money. You'll never lose your money. It will not be the money pit. It's the thing that gives back. So I'm saying all this for a specific reason. I don't know. I just go with it. If there's a particular person or event that is like today, I told you Spirit said to move, and then I got a message from my girlfriend Lisa, and she goes, hey, they've got static dance again at the Posse Grounds, which is a pavilion with grass, and they set the music up on stage. We can dance up on stage, we can dance on the grass. And she says it's starting up again every Thursday, so it's tonight at 5:30, and Spirit just told me you got to get out and move. So that was that's where you need to go, right? So it's not just coincidence. It's not that I'm looking for something. The signs are coming, and I'm paying attention. So it's what other people call coincidence. It's what we call synchronicity. right? So trust in the signs that you're receiving and know that they're real and meaningful. Now, one of the things that I say to my clients is if you want to know something, ask Spirit to show you something specific. Be very specific in regards to it. The more specific, the better. I used to be afraid to ask for very specific because I thought, well, who says I'm going to see a pink elephant? Where am I going to see a pink elephant? But I have now learned that if I make it more specific and I see it, I don't doubt what I see. Otherwise, if it's too commonplace, I might think, oh, okay, well, there's a lot of this or that, right? So ask them for a specific sign. And what I have been guided to tell my clients is when you tell Spirit, I need to see this specific sign, you will see it within 3 days. Don't go looking for it. It will show up absolutely. And when it does, you will know that Spirit and you are communicating. And you don't need to call a psychic and say, hey, is this going to happen? Or if you've had I'm a counselor, right? So I say to my clients, don't need to call me every single day. Give it a little time. Allow Spirit to work the energy. And then ask for confirmation. And then when you see it, then you want to get confirmation, just listen when I talk and let me tell you what I hear. Because I will say the things. I won't know why I'm saying what I'm saying, but I will speak the words that Spirit wants me to speak. They will show me why I need to speak. I'm seeing a globe right now filled with circles. It's wheels within wheels, wheels within a wheel. So the globe is forward movement. It's world travel. It's long distance travel. It's a sphere. Circles within circles. So, but everything is connected, right? And that's the message. Everything is in motion and everything is connected. That's it. All right, 1618. I'm going to look up that meaning and then we're going to go. If I can help you with a private reading, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is Sherricolumbus@yahoo.com. I am the Angels Whisper. Kind of don't like using the last name because it's the last name of an ex that I haven't been with since I was 18 actually. But it was my son's last name, so what did I say? 1617. 16 says, your words are a magnetic affirmation that draws to you the very things that you're thinking about and talking about. For this reason, the angels are reminding you to be aware of your words and thoughts. Be cautiously and consciously aware that what you speak, you're bringing into existence. The angels applaud you for staying positive, this is 17, and optimistic. They say that your optimism is warranted as your affirmative thoughts are coming true. Keep up the good work. You are on the right path. So there's your messages. Take care. Love you. Talk to you soon.